You ever see a moment online that makes you stop scrolling mid-thumb like you just saw a ghost walk out of a Cracker Barrel? Well, that's exactly what happened with Jelly Roll, the man whose beard has been basically welded to his face for a decade. Well, he shaved it off clean, one razor swipe, and the internet acted like we just uncovered the lost city of Atlantis. Fans panicked, comment sections caught fire, even his wife had that, "Who in the heck is this man in my house?" kind of face. But here's the thing, the beard wasn't just hair, the beard was history. It was a symbol. It was part of a transformation so wild that most people have no idea how deep the story actually goes. And today, we're not just talking about a shave, we're going back, way back, into the real life of Jason Bradley DeFord, a kid from Tennessee who dodged prison, overcame addiction, became a global superstar, lost over 200 pounds, and then shocked the world by shaving off the one thing that kind of was his signature. Welcome to Beardtory. Let's tell the legend behind the beard and what happened when it disappeared. Because Jason Bradley DeFord, known today as, well, Jelly Roll, he wasn't born into fame. He wasn't born into money. He wasn't even born into a stable home. He was born December 4th, 1984, in Antioch, Tennessee, a neighborhood south of Nashville known more for its struggle than its spotlight. A lot of people, they know he had it tough when he was growing up, but most don't know just how young the trouble started. When Jelly Roll was 14, he was already bouncing between juvenile centers. When he was 15, he was arrested for the first time, and at 16, he was charged with aggravated robbery, a charge that could have put him away for decades. He's talked about that moment often, saying it was kind of the turning point where he realized the system was ready to erase him. But here's a bit of a lesser-known fact. That teenage charge is the reason he couldn't get certain jobs later in life. He couldn't rent certain apartments, and it followed him even after he became famous. He didn't get that felony cleared until 2023, nearly 20 years later. During that time, he was also selling mixtapes out of his car, literal trunk business, in parking lots across Nashville. There's old footage actually floating around online of him pressing CDs by, well, hand at a makeshift table. Most artists talk about grinding. Jelly Roll actually did. And somewhere in the middle of that chaos, the beard started, not as a look, not as a fashion choice, but as a shield, a way to look older, tougher, harder to mess with. The beard, it wasn't grown, it was earned. And most people, who met Jelly Roll when he, kind of blew up with, Son of a Sinner or Need a Favor. But those were chapter 20, not chapter 1. Before the world saw him, he spent years touring tiny bars, performing for a dozen drunk strangers at 1 a.m. and sleeping in busted hotel rooms. He made rap albums and country rap albums, and slowly drifted into the emotional, vulnerable country sound that he's known for today. And here's the thing the internet forgets. Every major turning point in Jelly Roll's life happened when the beard was at its strongest. When he lost 60 pounds in 2021, the beard was there. When he won the first CMA award in 2023, the beard was there. When he sold out arenas and became a household name, the beard was front row center. Almost like a proud parent. But the little lesser known truth, he almost shaved it years earlier. Back in 2018, there was a label exec told him flat out, "You're too big, you're too tattooed, and the beard makes you unmarketable." Jelly Roll said no, and then he blew up anyway. The beard became part of the rebellion, part of the identity. Let's be honest, part of the brand. But it wasn't just for show. Behind the scenes, Jelly Roll was fighting demons, addiction, depression, health issues, and the crushing weight of fame. And that beard became a comfort object, a safety blanket. When he finally let it go, that meant something deeper was starting to shift. Because Jelly Roll, he once weighed over 550 pounds. Even longtime fans don't know that exact number. He publicly confirmed it later, saying he felt like he was dying slowly. By 2022, he started walking every day. Then he started boxing. Then he started training with coaches. He lost 70 pounds, then 120, then almost 200 pounds by 2024. And here's something that people rarely talk about. The weight loss changed his entire face structure. His team at one point told him the beard was hiding how much progress he'd potentially have already made. Fans didn't realize how different he truly looked. But Jelly Roll, he still kept the beard. Why? Because for almost a decade, no one outside his family had seen him without it. Even his wife, Bunny XO, had never seen a clean-shaven Jelly Roll until November of 2025, and that leads to the moment we all witness, the shave. One swipe at a razor, and the internet has a collective identity crisis. Fans, they said he looked like a completely different human, younger, thinner, unrecognizable. Some joked they wouldn't pick him out of a lineup. Some said it was inspiring. Others, like me, slightly heartbroken. But the truth, this was the final step of the transformation. The beard symbolized the old version, the version fighting to survive. Shaving it symbolized the man he became, healthy, confident, and in control. The beard wasn't removed. The beard simply graduated. All right, folks, let's break it down. This is where we break into the beard rankings. And this is going to be the official Beardtory beard rankings of the Jelly Roll era beard, the one that he rocked for nearly a decade. We're going to rank it on thickness and wildness. We're going to rank it on intimidation level. We're going to rank it on wisdom points. We're going to rank it on fear factor. And we're going to rank it on historical impact. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's do this, because Jelly Roll's beard had solid volume, had a rugged, kind of lived-in texture. It wasn't sculpted to perfection like a Viking warrior, but it had the density of a man who spent years in the trenches earning every whisker. So for thickness and wildness, I'm going to go with a 7.1 out of 10. Let's go with intimidation level, because, I mean, it's not scary. It's more kind of gentle giant with stories you don't want to mess with. But he's got tattoos, he's got size, he's got presence. And the beard kind of amplifies it all. I mean, let's be honest. I feel like if you didn't know Jelly Roll and Jelly Roll was really mad at you, it could be pretty intimidating. So I'm going to go with a 7.2 out of 10. Let's go with wisdom points, because the beard told you instantly that this man, he had lived a life, had character, had heartbreak, all baked right into it, had victory stitched into those follicles. So for me, and everything that he does with the music and, you know, everything he's got going on, pretty smart beard. I'm going to go with a 7.4 out of 10. Let's go with fear factor. Again, he never really leaned into the fear. Jelly Roll always kind of gave off approachable big teddy bear energy. But if you met him at a gas station parking lot at midnight, yeah, you'd probably tighten your grip on your Mountain Dew. So I'm going to go with a 6.8 out of 10. Let's go historical impact. I mean, this wasn't a 19th century literary beard or a founding father beard. It's more a beard with some modern culture vibes, and his beard became one of the most recognizable in country music. I mean, the impact's real, the legacy is modern. Will it hold up 20, 30, 50, 100 years from now? Only time will tell. But as of right now, in the historical impact, I'm going to go with a 6.1 out of 10. And if my math is mathin', 34.6 out of 50. And this is where he ranks amongst all the beards that we have done here on Beardtory. Well, at least the top 20. We haven't put out a full list yet, but maybe we will. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you want me to. But either way, it's a strong, it's an iconic, it's an era-defining beard that's now immortalized in Beardtory forever. And here's the truth. Jelly Roll didn't just shave a beard. He shed a version of himself that had been fighting for years. The new face isn't the end of a legend. It's the next chapter, and someday, if he grows it back, which I bet you he will, it's going to be a comeback story like no other. But the beard he had, that beard, it earned its seat at the Beardtory table. So next week, we add another name to the board, and I can't wait for it. And hopefully you can't either, and you'll come back. But from the bottom of my beard, I can't thank you enough for taking some time out of your busy day, because that's all we got right here on Beardtory. Take care, everybody.